That we spoke before the game about how it was going to take 80 minutes of effort. So, if I read some of the reports out of the game, I think a few people have written off the Ospreys, but their effort and attitude through that game was immense. And we probably had the game sewed up maybe with 15 minutes to go, 20 minutes to go, but we still had to work for that fourth try, and maybe we tried to score it a little bit too soon. Playing some passages in our end that we don't necessarily want to do all the time. But there was real satisfaction, and you can see that with the excitement that the boys had after that try. It was, there was a certain amount of satisfaction in getting that try, the way that we got it, how hard we had to fight for it. No, everything changes from week to week. It's a different battle this weekend. I think the Racing forward pack are renowned to be big, aggressive, physical players. I felt that we faced that last week, and if you ask any of the players, they came off the field, they were pretty drained, both physically and mentally, from last week because of the attitude that the Ospreys showed. But we're certainly expecting, a physical battle in the forwards first and foremost. They've got some pretty classy backs. They're a little bit unpredictable. They can throw the ball around, but at the same time they've got really good discipline structures and systems that they follow most of the game. So it's a different beast, definitely a different beast to the Ospreys, but for us, when you come up against an opposition like Racing, you have to really make sure that you're focusing on yourself first and foremost, and the start of this week, like any week, is making sure that we know what we're doing when we want to get out there, and there'll be a bit more focus this afternoon and on Thursday in terms of what Racing bring and how we're going to stop that. Whether it's European or Pro 14, or we played a Australia versus Munster game, Thormond Park, and the atmosphere is always amazing there. It's going to be no different. From what I've heard, ticket sales have gone through the roof, and expecting a sellout this weekend. So it's going to be a great atmosphere, and that can only help our team. Our boys love playing at home. The preparation is all at home this week, so I'm really looking forward to not only the atmosphere there, but the second round of my first European competition. So I'm looking forward to backing it up, considering last week was such a physical encounter. Interesting to see how the boys back up this week.
Two good squads going up against each other. Two squads who have one, two, three options, two or three options in most positions, and with Doolan, Imhoff, and Teddy Thomas and Zeebs to probably come back in there, or whatever way they mix it up. Really dangerous back three, and they showed Vakatawa, who's really good at the moment, who had a great World Cup, and carried that form on. I thought he was incredible last week. He literally did everything. Line breaks, turnovers, big hits. He's someone that you got to contain, and then if he gets going at all, to be able to feed that back three is really dangerous. So a lot of threats they bring. It's up front as well. That their pack is huge. Quite a heavy pack, dynamic pack, and I'm sure the forwards here are doing a lot of work to kind of navigate their way through that this weekend. Incredible. You talk about the younger scrum halves, but I've learned an awful lot off Albie as well. Just how he trains, how he approaches the game, and most of all, just the way he sees the game, and kind of learning off him, chatting to him about whatever it may be, all areas of the game. So me and all the other nines, and I think players in general have kind of fed off him. He's an incredible professional, looks after himself really well. That's why he's still playing so well at 33. So yeah, he'll be a huge loss. It'd be great to keep him around, just to keep learning off him and keep feeding off him. But it's there for all you to see on the outside of what he's contributed on the pitch. And then for us, day to day, he's been really valuable in terms of our learnings and seeing the game from a different perspective. And a great squad man, gets on with everyone, has a laugh and joke with everyone, and really liked. I'd say he's looking forward to coming home to Thomond Park and probably performing well in Thomond Park and kind of just marking the occasion. Yeah, I think it's a cool subplot. I suppose it'll create a bit of chat and atmosphere, and you know, take that out of it. Like if Saturday evening 5:15 European rugby in Thomond is something we all love playing in, and it's going to be a great occasion. So that alone, Racing, great team. You saw last week they were really impressive. With their pack and their backline, really impressive, and Zeeb's got a couple of minutes, you know, whether he starts or whatever. I'm sure he'll get a good reception in Thomond.
Like, we've played them before, they certainly haven't gotten any smaller, but they're a huge French pack, and you know, I think you saw against Sarries last week particularly, you know, just how dominant they are when they get front football, and that's the challenge, and that's what we have to, you know, like, you know, I don't know now how it's going to go, but you know, that's the challenge we're trying to step up to. And you know, I think if you just look across their whole pack, you're talking about proper, you know, world class, high quality players and unbelievable athletes as well, which I think is something, you know, sometimes it gets overlooked with Racing. They are top quality athletes across their whole pack, and sometimes maybe, you know, in the French league they don't get enough credit for that, and they really are. You know, they ran us around the park in Bordeaux 2 years ago on a really hot day. And you know, it's not, you know, maybe the old cliche that, you know, oh, they're a big French pack, we'll move them around, they'll tire. They won't tire either. So they're just a massive challenge, and that's what we're excited about this week. You know, these are the challenges you want as a forward pack, and we'll be doing the best to prepare for it. And you know, hopefully we'll have a good crack at it on Saturday.
Yeah, it's been great because look, you come back in here and there's massive energy around the place, and it lifts you. It lifted all of us, and hopefully us coming back lifted the players as well. And you know, credit to the boys, they've been playing like incredibly well, and they've got, I think, one loss so far. So credit to them, and the environment around here and the buzz around here is great. So it's been really enjoyable since we've come back. Look, they're one of the best contestant sides in terms of the line out that I've come across. You know, doing our reviews there. That's certainly going to be our biggest challenge going into this game. So it's an exciting challenge. Looking forward to playing them and seeing how we get on. But yeah, it's going to be they're a very good side. So I'm sure it'll be a tight game.